Hey, John with LXPlore. So today what we're going to do is we're going to be installing the custom grill by Garage Alpha. And I'll put a link down below where you can actually buy it, get more information about this product or purchase this product. Currently it's not available. This is a prototype for the Lexus LX470. Now if you saw my unboxing, that you can actually change this Lexus logo with the Toyota logo. So what I'll do is we'll go over the installation of the grill as well as swapping out the logos. And then on another video we'll add the Raptor lights inside and do that install as well. So what we'll do is we'll take off the support bracket, we'll take off the release, and then there is, looks like it's 10 here, a 10 here, and a 10 there. And we'll, and that guy over here, another I believe that's a 10 as well. We'll take this all off, we'll look at it, because I do see that there's a screw here and a screw here, and I'm sure that there's screws all hidden behind the actual hood itself. So let's get to it, and we'll just take this whole thing off and we'll replace the grill. Snap that guy right off. And for a second I thought that thing, the wrench just slipped out of my hands. Penetrating oil is your friend. I do live in a climate where I probably don't need as much penetrating oil as others, but penetrating oil is always your friend. That nut spun right off, and that nut spun right off. So with this grill, if you want to change out this, Lexus to the Toyota, it's just 4 screws on the back. So there's a screw right here, a screw right there, one right there, one right there, and all you gotta do is just unscrew those, slide it in from the back, and then it'll change it to a Toyota one. You can see on this one how it has the little screw tabs right there, right there, right there. So on here you have screws everywhere. You have a screw over here, up here, around here. Pretty much in like every 4 inches there's a screw that's holding the metal frame to the plastic grill.
My exes and me, we don't talk anymore. If we did, I think it would get pretty ugly. They made me believe love's an open door. In the beginning, then they shut
this is where I think that we might have issues. So if I line up these bottom holes, the top ones don't really quite line up. It's off by a little bit. We could probably make it work because it is metal and it's got give. So let's see how we could do it. Right now I'm a little bummed out because right now I'm going to have some issues with these holes right here. So I'm going to have to drill these out and put in some bolts just to make sure that it holds and catches. Since I broke this stud off, so there's 3 studs, one here, one in the middle, and one on the end. I broke them off. I had to drill them out, and then I'll put these nutserts in, and I found some bolts that are long enough that'll go in through the other side. They'll feed through here just like this. I'll be able to screw in those nutserts and tighten it up. So hey, just as a word of advice, soak it. All right, these bolts are, you know, this grill gets a lot of moisture, you know, just from the dew. Like, look right here, you know, all this dew and all that stuff, and it just sits there and festers. So let me throw some black paint on here so that doesn't rust, and we will continue. Do everything loose. Don't do it all tight. So I have to be honest, I got pretty frustrated while I was doing this install, mainly because I broke off those studs. But what I ended up doing is I talked to Patch again, he's on, and I'll put a link in the description. He's on Instagram and he's on YouTube. He actually received one of these grills as well, and what he told me was just use longer screws. So the side screws, and you'll see, didn't line up. All the holes didn't line up from the frame to the plastic grill, but the bottom ones and the top screw holes all matched. I was able to use a couple of the screws that were already there from the old grill, but I used 1-inch screws, and I had a couple of 1 1/8-inch screws, coarse thread, and I was able to get the frame and the plastic grill in place. Now you may ask yourself, hey, is that going to be enough screws to actually make this grill sturdy? And the answer is yes. So to make this a successful installation, make sure you soak those bolts, or actually anything you're going to be unscrewing, make sure you soak that in penetrating well. Number 2, leave the support brackets attached to the hood of your vehicle. Number 3, make sure you match up the mounting holes for the hood release to the plastic grill. That way you can ensure proper fitment of the grill support to the actual grill. Number 4, make sure that all the holes that you located, that you can get the grill frame and the grill to match up, make sure all those screws are tight. Number 5, it's not necessary, but this would be a great time to clean the hood. And if you have the weather stripping, apply it now before you reinstall the grill. The final step. Once you reinstall the grill, make sure that you keep everything loose. Once the grill is completely adjusted to how you want it, then slowly tighten each and every one of the bolts in a star pattern to ensure proper pressure and placement. So Garage Alpha makes a grill for the Lexus GX460, the 4th gen Toyota 4Runner, and the Lexus GX470. You know, overall, I really like the grill. The grill looks great. It's just different. you know, it almost modernizes the vehicle. Don't get me wrong, I really like the OEM grille as well. And you'll notice that with a lot of aftermarket products, nothing will fit the exact same way as OEM stuff. So this grille fits great. You know, I wouldn't be alarmed by the amount of screws that are being put back in, because I think I removed about 12 screws out of the OEM grille. And then when I put the screws back, I put in 8 screws. So I put 4 along the bottom and 4 along the top. And I went and actually, well, I had some coarse threaded screws about the same size, and I used those. In talking to Matt with Garage Alpha, he assured me that they're probably going to work it where 2003 and newer LX models won't need the screws. You just use the OEM ones because that's how it was originally fitted. Now the older models, pre-2002, those he'll supply those screws. So right now they're in full production, probably won't be out for like another month, and he's working on some of the fine details. If you don't mind having a gap at the bottom of the grille, because right now it's about a 1/2 inch to a 5/8 of an inch gap between the bottom of the grille and to that trim piece, you can't even notice it. If you look at all my photos and all that stuff and through the videos, you can't even notice it. I don't even notice it until I walk out there and get down on my knees and look directly at the grille before I notice that gap. Other than that, there is no gap at the top. The sides match up fine. I think it's a great fit. It looks great. Now I'm told is in the future he's going to actually add a black and gold emblem, or black or gold emblem, and also the Lexus symbol, the Lexus L. He's going to actually have those made as well. So look for that in the future. As far as release date, prices, I don't know. I'll put a link down in the description below where you can get additional information and see what other products they have to offer. So overall impressions on the grille. It's sturdy. I was kind of apprehensive that I had 4 screws on the top and 4 on the bottom between the frame and the actual grille. But if you really think about it, it's attached to the hood of the car and those 2 supports. And then of course I have 4 screws in the top, 4 screws on the bottom. Yeah, I can grab a hold of it and I can open and close the grille by holding the bottom of that grille. And I'm happy with it. It looks good. You guys have seen it in my reels or my TikToks or whatever. And I'll even throw another little short video at the back end of this video just to show you the finished product. Stay tuned for the next episode where I install those Raptor lights. Just got to figure out, there's so many holes on the top. I'm like, do I put them like really close together, or do I spread those 2 outside ones a little further out? I don't know, sky's the limit. I can probably put them anywhere I want. But I'm probably bound by how big that wiring harness is. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. And if you have any comments or questions or concerns, leave me a comment. Until next time, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks again for watching.